Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of the second day of the group stages for the VicaraGaming Invitational. We have MaxFlo going up against ForLove International. And we've seen some good things coming out of ForLove.Int. Yes, they were unfortunate enough to have a few lag issues coming out of their captain, but they still play quite fantastically. Obviously, once again, joining me is the wonderful, the amazing, the only Sick. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just enjoyed a great game between Rice and LIS, and it was beautifully played out by Rice Gaming. They really made this Razor work really well, and the Storm was just accelerating out of the mid lane, and I really enjoyed the game. So I'm hoping to see another really great game here between MaxFlo and ForLove. We've seen both teams yesterday. MaxFlo playing quite impressive. I have never seen them before, and they really gave me an insight of what they like to play and how they like to play it. And ForLove, of course, they had some leg issues and still played it out really well, especially against who was it again?
They were playing up against Bronze at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then against Bronze, they had a nice safe lane, and he made such a great impact with everything he had, and they had a Panda mid, I think, against the Skyrath mage.
Radiant team pick.
And even though the Skyrath mage is quite effective against Panda, we still saw it work out really well for Love. So this time we have a Panda, Doom, Lycan, and Mirana band. So Invoker is in the pool, Trent is in the pool, Tidehunter is in the pool, and Bedrider is in the pool. So of course, we're gonna see one of those heroes, or even 2 or 3 of these heroes. People really like to pick it up quite early here, if it's not banned out. Of course, it's really strong. Having a Tidehunter in the off lane, having a Tidehunter in the mid lane, or even as a support, you can play him wherever you like. Anchor Smash, really effective against melee heroes. And then we see the Tidehunter.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, what do you think about these teams?
Also, I haven't seen too much of MaxFlo because I think away for a few of their games, but ForLove.Int, and I've seen them quite a lot.
Radiant team ban.
I do like I very much like picking. Actually, I'm just looking at both these teams, and the support picks both counter the first picks of the other opposite team. Obviously, you've got to swap up against the Batrider, and you have the opportunity to steal the Ravage coming from the Tidehunter with the Rubik. So I think really both teams are on even ground right now. They both have a nice initiation, and they both got support that can sort of counteract that with their own abilities.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, interestingly, ban for ForLove.Int, they banned out the Trend, and I think they could go and pick up the Trend, of course, but then again, giving the Trend to MaxFlo, which already having that Tidehunter ulti, is of course really painful for yourself. So getting rid of him, I can definitely understand it. They banned out the Shadow Demon, known to be quite well roaming together with Venge. So getting rid of early threats works out quite great for them. Wrath King is gonna be banned by MaxFlo. We've just seen what a Wrath King can do. The stun with a slow follow-up, of course, it's really strong. The Vampiric Aura supporting your whole team, helping you to push lanes, and the Reincarnation just slowing down the entire team. Of course, Wrath King is a really strong hero. And a Bristleback ban. We do not really see a lot of Bristleback in the last couple of days.
No, Bristleback is sort of, especially not banned either. Oh
yeah.
I was having a few issues on my. For some reason, something just came onto my computer, unfortunately. Hopefully none of that sound came through.
Not too loud.
Not too loud.
Interestingly,
10 seconds remaining.
Let's say 1 month ago or 2 months ago, we've seen a lot of Bristleback Dazzle combos and Bristleback in the offlane with a healing support with Abaddon. It's just very strong, and people quite forgot about the Bristleback. It's quite a strong hero, and I would like to see Bristleback because he offers that little bit of randomness into a game. Of course, being very tanky and sitting in the face of your enemies, it's a very strong hero. But seeing him banned out, so that threat is not here. Puck and Weaver for MaxFlo. So we have a mid laner and a potential off lane, tri lane, or safe lane carry. What do you think? Is Tidehunter going to be in the off lane and Weaver as a safe lane carry, or do we see what do we see here?
I actually would prefer to see an aggressive tri lane. So you get the minus armor with obviously the Vengeful, then you can get that double hit coming out from the Weaver, which is very, very strong. Generally, Weaver is very, very effective on that aggressive lane anyway. So
don't you think a Weaver needs a lot of experience to get that Shikuchi up and get the time lapse and all that skills up, especially the minus armor from Beetles, or do you think it's more effective on a tri lane?
I think the way the Weaver wants to work is obviously he really wants to snowball. Unless he gets complete free farm, I don't find he's too effective. But sort of on a safe lane, I prefer to see him aggressively played. And I think even if you just run the aggressive tri lane until the Tide Hunter can get an early blink or such, and then maybe rotate the Weaver back into that safe lane, give him that experience, give him that farm. I think that would be the best way to go about it. Because potentially with the tri lane, you would be able to might be able to get a snowball, maybe with another strong support, maybe an extra damage source, maybe a nuke or something, coming final support.
Yeah, that's quite true. Do you know if Slag Pounce removes the Beetle? I don't think the Beetle gets removed from Dark Pact, does it?
I don't actually think it does.
Yeah, because with Slag you want to dart into the team fight and get out again, and soak up some damage, get out, go inside again, and never mind, we have a Bloodseeker, so that is just basically not possible anymore.
We actually had this, didn't we?
Yes, that was like one of the first games between X and D and who was it again? Let me quickly check. It was X and D and was it MaxFlo?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think it was MaxFlo. We've seen Bloodseeker, the major counter to Slag. That's what people think. Of course, Bloodseeker is quite strong, especially against Batrider and Slag. But
5 seconds remaining.
You really have to get a lot of farm on this Bloodseeker up in order to make him work a lot. So we have a Tide Hunter, Vengeful, Weaver, aggressive tri-lane, I think, with Gush minus armor, with Vengeful's Wave of Terror minus armor, and the Beetles minus armor. That might work. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way they want to play it out. The Bloodseeker on the safe lane, of course, can sustain a little bit better against the Batrider than a lot of the other heroes, because with that last hit, he's getting that extra life back. And the last ban Invoker. We've seen that so much now. No one really wants to play that Invoker anymore.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that, because I absolutely love that hero.
What? We actually see a sniper, and I think this sniper is gonna go mid lane. Actually, I don't think they wanna. They see they will be faced. So do you really want to put a sniper on that lane? I don't think so. I think the sniper is way too vulnerable in the early game in order to place him on the safe lane against an aggressive tri-lane, especially with the slow stun Weaver stuff. I think it's gonna be in the mid lane against Puck, and I think that might work actually. And the Batrider in the off lane and the Slag on the safe lane with the supports, of course. Who's their mid player for ForLove?
It's Soodle. Soodle does play their mid lane. Also, something I'm actually fairly interested to see is if Patashko playing that ancient apparition takes the cold feet first, because with Pounce, the lift, and you are going to get the latch on the cold feet, because the leash duration on Pounce alone is 3.5 seconds. So even without the lift, you're able to get that extra stun, and then after the stun latches, you can, or it goes out, you can. All right, Lev. Okay, you're still able to move that carry backwards.
Yeah, but I think the Chilling Touch is dealing way too much damage to ignore that skill.
I mean, I just see them run into each other, and unless they get a quick gush out onto the heroes, and especially not the Slark, because he'll just be able to pounce away no matter what. Really just need to be, and this is clever coming out of Arya.
Yeah. Staying a little bit closer, so they have the only choice to go on that Slag, and with the Pounce, of course, they're not gonna get him as easily. And now we just see the heroes moving back to their lanes, because they really don't want to miss out the first creep wave. Warning already came out on the same spot. Actually, we saw it in the last game against Rise Gaming against LIS. I tend to say Reason Gaming, but it was not. So, yeah, we have both the wards being on the bottom lane. Batrider actually picking up a double damage rune that will really benefit him on that lane, and we actually have the Venge going top lane, so it's a 2-1-2 setup. What do you think about that?
I'm not too sure if that's the safest way to play it, especially up against sort of the tri-lane that's coming out from ForLove.Int. It's quite dangerous for the Weaver, and I think they may just even leave the Weaver here and just have the sort of the Tidehunter doing Ancients and maybe just trying to play there. Yeah,
I think it's a little bit greedy, but I like that. I think with the Tidehunter being able to farm that Ancients slowly but surely, I think that might work out. Sniper, I think, even though he has not that much damage, it's quite good against Puck. Prior to Puck's dagger, you can harass him out of the lane, especially with a more range coming out. He's already going into that take aim to you know, control the lane a little bit better, stand a little bit further back, see the orb coming earlier, and actually on the top lane we have a little bit of an initiation, but with that Firefly he's certainly gonna go get away.
Yeah, and he's actually just turning around and playing aggressive, which is completely the right idea. Because if they try and chase him, and if he gets sort of more napalm stacks on them, they take a lot more damage.
And actually Titan is going to the bottom lane. He just stacked the Ancients once to make sure he can get a chunk of experience later on when he got that experience. And the Anchor Smash in a little bit of a higher level. On the top lane, we see a lot of aggression up on that Batrider, so he needs to be quite careful not to overextend himself. Let's see. Okay, we had I think it was 8 tangos up on the Weaver, so he's making sure that he can sustain a lot of damage. Actually, the Rubik's dropping half HP, and they're gonna try to engage here on that Weaver with a lift and the Sentry, and the Chilling Touch is just so much damage coming out, and this Weaver is certainly just gonna die here. And yeah, that's the Chilling Touch I was talking about. I think it's way better to invest into that Chilling Touch on level 1. It's so much damage, and if you get a lift off into the pounds, that's certainly gonna be a dead one.
Yeah, definitely. And we will see how they want to move forward with this. I really like ForLove's sort of like setup right now, even with the vengeful. Actually, going to take a tower shot, walking slightly too close, really trying to play aggressive up against the Batrider. I like how ForLove can sort of play the beginning of their game.
Yeah, they're quite safe. But we see 13 last hits on the Slark, 17 on the Bloodseeker. Of course, he's a little bit ahead on that top lane, having that free farm while the Weaver is trying to create a little bit of pressure on to the supports, and the Slark with just you know, the Shukuchi. You can basically harass everyone at once. But of course the sentries are up now, so she has to be careful not to overextend. And they're actually going again, and Chilling Touch again, and they're gonna get her.
One more hit, that'll be enough. And they might even be able to pick up the Tidehunter if they get the pounce up in time, but no, actually quite a long cooldown on that at the early levels.
But the Weaver is really suffering in this bottom lane, with that sentries being up and of course no time-lapse yet available. It's quite painful for her to stay in that lane.
Solo smoke coming out of the Vengeful Spirit. So I think he's going to be looking for the sniper in the mid lane, obviously very susceptible to early ganks. There's little to no sort of escape for him.
And that lift actually put Rubik out of mana, so he has to go back to base eventually. And that gives a lot of space to the Weaver for the time being, when the Rubik has to walk back. Actually, the Batrider.
Yeah, they've got the Batrider.
I don't quite understand what he did there. I didn't see what happened prior to that. But we see the Sniper sitting on 60 nice, same with the Puck. But he's holding his ground quite well. Against the Spellcaster, of course, it's always quite dangerous. And yeah, never mind, Rubik found a regeneration, so he's full on mana again.
Such a fortunate rune to pick up.
And this Slark is close to level 5, so as soon as he picks up his level 6, I think it's quite annoying on the bottom lane to try to harass him. And this Batrider is actually just trying to get some experience happen.
It looks so weird looking at them right next to each other, doesn't it?
So close yet so far. So Sniper is soon gonna be level 6.
Oh, the Ventral. I'm just watching the Ventral, like, almost walking into the trees. But we're actually seeing a smoke coming out of the Rubik and the Ancient Apparition. They're going to see if they can pick off the puck, but I don't think it really is a very viable opportunity. Obviously, without multiple stands, you've got to lock her down.
Yeah, I think even though if the phase shift is used already, you can just, you know, hold down that button for your assassinate. It's definitely gonna hit then, because the phase shift, of course, having a long cooldown and effective cooldown on level 1. I think it's gonna be hard for him to escape if they get a little bit of damage out and then put the assassinate on him. So actually, Orb is used. Now would be a great opportunity to go for him, but he's quite careful about himself, not overextending over the river, because the supports are obviously missing.
Yeah, I think the supports actually smoked around this area, so it may have been scattered out by that ward there.
We see an urn on the Weaver. What do you think about that?
I really like that build, actually. Oh, they're going to go really aggressive onto the start. Obviously, they knew the supports had gone. They saw them walking back through the river ward and trying to see if they can pick up something there. But I actually really like the urn, and it sort of goes to being aggressive, and they're actually going to be able to find the Slark here, and they're not able to pick him off. Batrider's going to come in. No lasso. Actually,
he just got level up.
He just got level up off that. Those creeps falling. So pull back the Weaver into the tower. That was a really sort of nice movement there. And boy, does that help the Batrider out.
And we have an initiation on the Sniper in mid by the puck with a Dream Coil, but there's just too much headshot damage coming out of the Sniper, and this is gonna be really close. And I think he could have tried to pop that salve there, but it was really close call. So nice by the puck there, making that pickoff happen, getting a little bit ahead in that mid lane, and getting closer to the dagger. Of course, the item you really need on the puck to be that aggressive piece of mid player that is gonna roam around the map. And actually the AA might be
aggressive right now. They will be able to pick off the Tide Hunter, but the Ancient Apparition will go down first. One more hit from the Slark will be enough. And the Offensive Urn actually doing a lot of work. And that Assassinate actually very, very useful. Be careful about that Courier. Nice little movement away from that. The Weaver actually went back into the Firefly and back towards a Sentry. One more headshot will actually be enough. And will the Dark Pack be enough damage to tick him over? Yes, it will.
I think fighting the Sniper there, standing in the Firefly, might have been a little bit of a misdecision. Taking that extra damage, giving the time for the supports and the Slark to close up again. I think that was maybe a little bit of a weird decision, but overall, of course, sometimes you just have, after your time lapse, you don't have the Shikuchi ready, and you just think, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna try to kill that Sniper.
Yeah. But you saw the sort of the usefulness of the urn up against the Rubik, and it was quite amusing watching the Rubik try and juke the Weaver around the trees, despite the fact that they have a Bloodseeker.
Yeah, that's true. And you do not play that often against Bloodseeker, so you, in the heat of the battle, you sometimes forget that you're actually visible. And it's interesting that we see a level 8 Bloodseeker who didn't really got an opportunity to use the Rupture yet. Of course, the Batrider being always keeping.
We got the puck and the Tide Hunter behind the. Oh, that's going to be a missed Dream Call, but there's no chance for him to live here.
Yeah, but actually they're blocked in, so.
Where are the TPs? We need some TPs coming in here. The Titan's actually going to escape. He does actually shift the aggro as well. But we didn't have any TPs coming in because the Rubik and AA were trying to make it a play on the top lane.
Yeah,
Seeker escaping with the bare minimum of life.
And that's the sucky part about being slug against Bloodseeker. You drop below half HP and you're not gonna use that ulti to regen up. He has to walk back to the base to get some life back. What do you think getting some life regen or bottle up on the slug just to, you know, get rid of that little bit of a threshold and then heal up with the rest with your ulti?
Yeah, I agree. You do need the bottle really does help, and it doesn't have the best sort of mana reliability as well.
Yeah, or you could at least just get it in urn. I think with Slug you will definitely get some kills in, and we have a list of
Tide Hunter. They're going to move in. Tide Hunter does have the Ravage. If the Cold Feet is going to actually, no, we've got to jump in from the Slug. He's going to get, and the Assassinate is enough to pick off the Tide Hunter. Meanwhile, at the top, I think we're going to see a rock. Yeah, we're going to see a Rupture going out onto the Batrider, or he did instantly TP, but the Vengeful Spirit was there just to be able to cancel that.
Yeah, that's what your brain tells you. The first thing when you get ruptured, oh god, I gotta get out of here, and you TP. And if there wasn't the Venge, it would have worked out great for him, actually.
Yeah,
And
actually come up here. He's trying to pick off the Bloodseeker, but a nice swap out from the Vengeful will be enough. And then the Silence is going to make sure he can't get any more pounces. And now the TP in from the Tidehunter is going to keep both of these heroes safe.
that was actually a nice team play there by both of these heroes. Venge dropping out the Bloodseeker out of the danger, and then he's silencing up so none of the heroes will die. I like that. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we have the Weaver trying to pursue it onto the A below the tower, but Rubik actually TP'd in to ensure AA's survivability. Actually, the puck is coming in, so with the Dream Coil and the dagger up, I think there's gonna be a double kill coming in here if there's no more support TPs.
Yeah.
Is it?
Do we have any TPs online? We have the Batrider's TP has got his lasso as well. The Sniper doesn't.
We have that initiation.
Yeah, the initiation on top as well. The fight's going down. The Weaver gets a double kill on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, at the top, the Stark is getting stunned up. The Assassinate is able to pick up the Bloodseeker. Now we're seeing that they can go through, and the Sniper is able to get a double kill up here.
Bloodseeker actually bought back for this, and he's
Yeah.
super fast.
Yeah, this is. He wants to get that Rupture. Yeah, gets the Rupture onto the Slark. Now he's going to be able to go down onto the Sniper with the Gush as well, coming up from the Tidehunter. Value buyback.
Yeah, that was like, you do not really see a lot of valuable buybacks in the early stages of the game. Mostly it's just like, ah, fuck, I died, you hit the button. But that was really well played there by Bloodseeker. And I think if we got level 1 in Beetles, we could have the vision on top of that Batrider. I think it would really help out. But he decided to go for Max Gemini the attack. So, we don't have the Beetles coming out. Meanwhile, the top tower is under a lot of pressure. They're eventually gonna pick it off. There's no support TPs, and Bloodseeker actually gets the last hit, so he's gonna get. Well, that's interesting.
I wonder if he's actually gonna go for a sheep. That would. Oh, that was a really nice slash there. Instant jump, instant sort of time that's away, but you're gonna go into the lasso, and they do have the damage to pick him off. And now in second pounce, but they don't have any sentries.
Yeah, they used the dust, and after the dust, the time lapse.
A nice jump in from the park. That will be enough to pick off the Batrider. Gets the illusionary orbit as well. The Geminate attack from the Weaver is enough to pick him off. The park is trying to deal with the Slark at the moment, but a nice jump from the Spirit. Meanwhile, Weaver is going on to the Rubik with the offensive, and will be able to kill him as well. The Slark was able to pick up the park, but will be finished up by the Vengeful Spirit. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got Bloodseeker and a Tidehunter going on to the Sniper. That's just it. There's just the Sniper like, oh, okay, I can't do anything.
If Sniper had a TP, he could have forced the Ravage out there, so the Ravage would be down for the next couple of minutes or couple of seconds. 150 seconds cooldown. Would be nice to have that out of the way for quite some time. But yeah, unfortunately, no TP on the Sniper. He got a Midas, now he got a TP. So next time he gets ruptured and the tide is closed, I think he's just gonna hit the TP and hope. Either he's gonna waste the Ravage, or not waste, but force the Ravage out, or he's gonna get away. So, I think he's gonna do that at the next time. Puck has a null talisman. Did he have that from level 1? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think the Puck did start null talisman.
Okay, I was wondering maybe he's going for a Dagon, but yeah. And Tide is going for mech.
I think a dagger can actually be very, very effective in this game. Actually,
yeah, there's like 4 or 5 low HP heroes, so you could argue about it getting a Dagon or not, because of sometimes you have a Puck. Oh, actually the Tidehunter finding.
He wants to get off that Ravage, but a nice lift. Oh, jumping from the Puck, catching 2. Sniper in the Ancient Apparition. We don't even need to see the Ravage come out of the Gush, and just with one right click, we'll have to pick off the AA. Sniper is swapped back in, and then the VS picks him off. A nice Ravage is going to slow down, and the Silence actually onto the Batrider, so no lift coming out of him. The Slark is going onto the Vengeful, but the Rupture is going onto him, so he's taking all the damage. He's actually fallen. That's actually a team wipe. 5 for 1 going in favor of MaxFlo.
Yeah, that was like a little bit of weird of a team fight, because there was like everything happening so delayed to the prior action, but it was actually quite beautifully executed by MaxFlo. And the puck, Monkey the Luffy, is actually quite well playing in this state of the game. He always hits the Dream Call on 2 or more. He hits that silence with a dagger, of course, not that big of a task, but he's not recklessly feeding in to trade kills. He's like sitting on 1 death and has 11 kills that went for his team that he made possible.
Yeah, and he's in the right place at the right time. So Tidehunter knew that was a good moment to go, and the thing is, wasn't able to get in close enough. But the Park was in there, jumping on the ancient apparition, even catching the sniper as well, really setting up the rest of that team fight. And then the Bloodseeker coming in with that silence onto the Batrider and the Rupture onto the Slark.
Can we take a quick look at the goal graph?
Wow.
Yes.
That has just gone down.
Yeah, that's both the gold graph and the experience graph are well over 10,000, and that really tells the story about this game. They're 10 kills ahead, which you usually don't think that much has that much of an impact. But there's also the tier 1 towers, all fallen for ForLove, and MaxFlo is still sitting on all the towers well up.
Yeah, and the farm difference as well. You look sitting at 102 up onto the Bloodseeker. The highest for ForLove is 51. Bloodseeker is double the highest farm on his of his opponents.
And that's quite impressive. I mean, he was playing with a dual lane against up against the Batrider, which is you can handle that easily. Of course, with Avenge being able to, whenever something happens, just stun, slow someone down. And we're getting back into the game, luckily. Coverage is quite interesting. We don't have a single ward. Oh, we have 1 ward up for the Dire side, right inside the middle lane, but that's basically about it. They just walk around and find their kills.
Now Weaver's actually going around, and they actually catch up the Titan. He's going to go down to the Assassinate into the Ice Blast. The offensive Iron is going to be enough to pick off the Ancient Apparition, and that's a really nice way to sort of play it. Actually, a lot of damage is going to go onto the Weaver. So without that timeout, they used it already. That's a nice kill streak coming up for the Slark. The Puck was able to pick off the Sniper as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's actually quite painful seeing that the Rubik is sitting on 2 creeps, and that's really making him struggle that he does not have any farm whatsoever. He's currently sitting on boots, TP, and 2 wards. That's just, sad for him.
The really upsetting thing is the Batrider at 17 minutes not able to have a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that was that's due to the pressure he had to deal with on the top lane. The Venge, of course, with the Bloodseeker is not quite aggressive, or doesn't have that much of a kill potential in the earlier stages, but as soon as this Bloodseeker gets a little bit of farm, and we actually see a Skadi coming out of Bloodseeker at some point.
Oh, is that going to be a... Wow, okay. We actually get a Shadow Blade from the Slark, so he's going to be able to try and see if he can pick off some of these heroes. You're looking at quite squishy heroes, but only the Vengeful Spirit, really. And she's now got 4 staff. Doesn't actually help pick up against the Leap, but yeah, these heroes are not easy to be able to pick up, and it is actually going to be a Dagon for the Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that pick up. The Tidehunter, meanwhile, has got a Mechanism. He's already very, very tanky. The Batrider trying to just pick up his Blink Dagger just now. 1400 gold up on him. We are going to see initiation onto the Weaver at the bottom here. He instantly Shikuchi, just try and clear up those waves. But he's going to be caught out. We'll need to time lapse. But there's no extra sort of detection for them. And there's no blink, there's nothing. He's away in home. And he's going to have a Lincoln's in about 300 gold. So they can't initiate him in that way anymore.
Yeah, and I feel sad for the Rubik. He had to pay a sentry for it. Actually, the Puck is getting ambushed from behind. Meanwhile, the Bloodseeker trying to pick up the A. Successfully does so, but that's a lot big strike. Oh, actually a beautiful swap there, trying to save up that...
Assassinate is going to be able to catch him.
Yeah, the Venge dies...
Right.
Yeah, the Venge...
Did you see with the Sniper's positioning?
Yeah, he actually did it quite well.
He got Dream Coiled, like, here.
Yeah.
But then the Slark came in from here, picked off the Puck here. Meanwhile, the Sniper's like, right, okay, I'm actually just playing as a sniper right now. I'm camping this spot and hitting everything.
Yeah, he was a turret there behind the trees, and he did it quite well actually. Going out of the vision, so Puck had to walk around to actually find the auto hits. That's quite well done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ice Blast actually just there to scare some creeps off. I don't know. It basically just hit there in case someone would have come. Yeah, Tides Hunter is gonna clean up that creep wave, trying to work on his dagger. Oh, we have a DD up on the slug.
Well, DD up on the slug's going to do a lot if he's able to catch anyone, but there's no one on sort of this side of the map. Also, the Lincolns has finished up for the Weaver. Actually, when did he get a Midas?
The Weaver?
Yeah.
Right after the urn.
Right, okay. This is the right pickup. I really do like this being picked up by the slug. If you get up that gem, so you can play more. You can sort of play more aggressive. They can like de-ward de-ward anything they need to.
Yeah, and Slug will always know where the wards are anyways. When his ulti wears off, he knows there's some vision here. I'm gonna search for it. We have a regen rune on the top lane, on the top spot. Probably, yeah.
MaxFlo also picked up a gem of their own.
Yeah, Tide bought it for the Puck.
Yeah.
And they're smoking up.
Yeah, they want to go on this bottom. They're going to use the Weaver as bait as he's very, very survivable. See, 1300 health. He's got Lincoln's got 15 one charges as well.
And this sniper had a really sad game so far. He was in the main focus of MaxFlo here, dying 6 times, of course. And actually the Bat Rider's gonna be found here, and he's gonna get a lasso up on the Puck, and I think we're gonna see a Ravage coming out. Oh no, he actually used the Max, so he doesn't have the mana for a Ravage here.
Oh, and the Assassin's going to go out. It's going to hit the Puck as well. They're going to be... Oh, Tidehunter picks up the gem. If they're able to pick him up as well, they can get 2 gems. Pick it up. Ancient Apparitions pick that up as well. Now the Vengeful Spirit has been leapt on by the Slark. The Weaver is trying to harass, but the Lincoln's going to be popped by the magic missile. Meanwhile, they do need to run away from this fight. The Slark is trying to Barney up with the Bloodseeker, but now Bloodseeker is going to charge around this. Actually, no, Weaver was able to pick up their kill. Now it's going to be picking up the AA as well. So much damage from him. Triple kill for him. The second gem is dropped.
And this sniper is...
the sniper can't pick it up. And the courier actually just picks up the gems. So now both gems are in the hands of MaxFlo.
Radiant's bottom
yeah, that was quite a weird fight. Actually, it first looked like ForLove was coming out ahead in this fight, and then suddenly the Bloodseeker came into the fight, and the Weaver started wreaking havoc, and we have some big stacks for MaxFlo in the jungle. And Venge is sitting on a 4-stuff. I didn't see her picking it up, so just an update there. Sniper is going for a Maelstrom. I think with the Gloves of Haste he's trying to get that extra little bit of magic damage coming up in each hit if he's a little bit lucky, and of course more attack speed. It's just basically amplifying your damage by quite a bit, and the farmability, of course. Puck picking up that big stack, so he's gonna go for... Well, is he... Okay, here's the question. Is he gonna level up that Dagon, or is he gonna get a Hex?
Level up Dagon.
Okay, so... I think he's gonna pick up another item. I think he's not gonna level up the Dagon, so I can hold your bet.
We'll see where that goes. Dagon gaming all the way.
Bat Rider finally had picked up his dagger. I think last team fight he had it all available yet. But there's gonna be erosion coming out, and that Bloodseeker's hitting for a lot.
Yeah, when he slices himself, over 350 damage up on him, and then with the slow, he just... The fact he's level 17 is just gives so much to him.
There's Aegis up on Bloodseeker, and that's gonna be really painful. Meanwhile, the Slug tries to pick up the Weaver, but the Weaver is of course quite beefy with that time lapse still available, and the Slug actually has to be quite careful here, and he actually dies in the 1v1 against the Weaver.
Okay, look at the gold up on the Weaver.
Now we have 4k up. Radiance? No, I don't think we're gonna see a Radiance. I think we're gonna see a Desolator 4100 gold.
Yeah, gonna get that Deso straight away. We do see the Bat Rider is gonna blink onto the Tidehunter, and a nice swap out there from the Vengeful immediately into the Magic Missile. The Puck picks up the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's already gone down, and actually Sniper just snipes out the Adventure Spirit for out there. Obviously not the most ideal of trades, but now they're trying to go onto the Bloodseeker. I think that was a mistake. The puck comes back in with a Dream Call, and now the Bloodseeker is going to run havoc through this fight. Cold Feet is going to latch onto the Bloodseeker, but even though he's still got the Aegis, he's not going to fall. And they do actually pick off the Ancient Apparition as well, so another team wipe, 5 for 2 here.
Yeah, and it always starts off pretty well for ForLove, and suddenly it just turns all into crap when Bloodseeker joins the fray. Bloodseeker, of course, with the Skadius is quite beefy, deals quite a decent chunk of damage, and now the Weaver has a Desolator up, so when they focus on one target, that target's really gonna die pretty quickly. And quite interestingly, like 5 minutes ago, the Slug could easily solo kill the Bloodseeker, but that time is over. Like, we just saw a 1v1 between Slug and Weaver has less farm, or had less farm than the Bloodseeker, but the difference in that heroes is just Weaver is so much more mobile, and Bloodseeker can basically just run.
Look at Puck's item pickup.
Oh, why do you leave me down, man? I really hoped you go for something else. And basically I said that to keep up the bet, but yeah, didn't work out.
It's all about VicaraGaming, man. And they're going to see if they're able to pick off something on the Bloodseeker, but he just bats away, just not even letting the Batrider come close.
In 1000 gold, this Bloodseeker has an AC, and with the Desolator up, I think if they want to push, the tower is going to fall fast. If they focus on one target, that target is going to fall fast, so that's going to be really dangerous. But we're actually trying to find that Puck, but Puck knows he might be in danger, so he daggered away to safety. And there's a lot of other heroes for Dire here. I don't know if they want to engage into that. Ravage was not used yet. I think once we had a Ravage, and then once he used Mech and didn't have the mana for Ravage, and then another fight he was immediately focused down, right?
Yeah, that last fight, what happened? He was grabbed by the Batrider, was trying to pull up here, but swapped out by the Vengeful. The Vengeful, the Tidehunters sort of started walking away. Obviously, and the Vengeful was actually picked off by the Sniper. Then the basically Puck and Bloodseeker just wrecked them. And actually, Tidehunter did get a kill. He picked off the Ancient Apparition with an Anchor Smash, but there was just no need for the Ravage. The fight was over before he actually got back in there.
Yeah, and the Bloodseeker is just so beefy that he can just stand there with the Aegis, of course, still up. He's gonna have an AC in like 300 gold, and that's gonna really help them. Weaver is actually quite aggressively going into this phase, and actually he has to be careful here, and he almost died to that. Of course, the time lapse coming out just in time to save him up. But there were no major skills used for him, so time lapse is down now, and of course the Bloodseeker is still sitting on the Aegis. He can just siege that tower up, and if they focus him down, he's just gonna come back. Tide has his dagger up, so we might see a Ravage coming now.
Yeah, also Weaver back up to 3300 gold.
Yeah, he basically didn't stop farming at all. So the Aegis is gonna did you check the timing on the Roshan?
The Aegis should be expiring in about 1 to 2 minutes. I think it's about 1 minute from now, maybe 30 seconds. Actually, they do get the last one for the Bloodseeker. He's the Aegis carrier. Now, Ice Blast doesn't hit him either, and all they've just done is drag him closer to the actual fight. Obviously, Weaver's going to tear through them. Slark instantly buys back, was picked up by the Puck. Ravage was stolen.
Yeah, and actually the Ravage didn't hit anyone, so he didn't get his dagger off. I think he walked through something. I don't know what exactly he walked through, but his dagger got disabled, so Ravage didn't hit anything, and now Rubik has that Ravage up, and that's gonna be really dangerous. Of course, the Rubik is quite low on HP, and if someone decides to one-shot him, especially the Puck with the Dagon, I think he can do so. But now you have to keep in mind that this Rubik has a Ravage up. Aegis is gonna be reclaimed in like 1 minute. Okay, let's see. GoGraph is still going massively in favor of MaxFlo with over 20k now. Same with the experience graph. It's quite interesting to see that MaxFlo is so far ahead and still cannot really go into the base. They just shown that it is possible for them, especially with 4 heroes of MaxFlo sitting at the top GPM, with Sniper interrupting them, of course. But net worth wise, it's really showing off that Weaver and Bloodseeker both really have a lot of farm. And Dagon 4.
Top tower is under attack.
It's all about the Dagon Gaming, man.
The lasers coming out.
And Cyber's actually, he's now got his Maelstrom up, and he's got another 2,500 gold up him. Could potentially get that Mjolnir. And Mjolnir does a surprising amount of damage, actually. If you, when you say if you send that onto your Slark and have him just sort of wreak havoc around the fight, he can do a lot with that. Tidehunter's sort of sneaking around the woods. He's actually maybe going to get caught out, found out by the Slark, and will instantly going to have that damage reduction. But the Anchor Smash is going to be removed by the Dark Pack. Ravage goes out. They just want to catch out, and they're just going to force out his Aegis. The Aegis actually popped a few seconds ago. The Slark is popped out by the Puck, and the Bloodseeker does actually fall to the Sniper, taking a lot of damage from their own Sniper. Now he's got his damage reduced, killed off the Vengeful Spirit, but now he just able to pick off the Puck as well.
Yeah, that was a beautiful teamfight for ForLove.Int. They really surprised MaxFlo. They caught them off guard right before the tier 2 tower. They didn't expect them to be there. I think they wanted to start the push on that top tower, and A actually smoked up to get that gem. And yeah, so they secured themselves a gem. Weaver picking up a heart. So Weaver's gonna be really beefy. Yeah, we have to keep in mind that Weaver was not joining that team fight, of course. But they had one loss, ForLove.Int that is. They lost the Slark and got 4 heroes out of it, and that's gonna display in the gold graph pretty heavily in like a few seconds when this updates. We have a 4-star finally picked up on the Bed Rider. That was quite a lot of money. And then we have the big Maelstrom, the Mjolnir up on Sniper. So Rubik also sitting on almost 2,000 gold. I think he's gonna go for a straight dagger here. I think he's gonna skip the Arcane boots.
Yeah, I think he does. Will need to. Like, in fact, he's got level 11. He doesn't actually need the Arcane boots right now. I've got a fairly decent mana pool, and he's really only living long enough to get one spell off in a fight. Or that one needs to be careful when he's going to force off straight out of the Dream Core, but he's going to be able to be picked up. That massive damage coming out of the Dagon.
Yeah, that's like a free kill they finally got. And now for the next fight, the Ravage is going to be up for that Tidehunter. They smoke up and will walk towards the top lane. The ward is going to be picked off by the Puck, so they've seen that smoke coming out, so I think they're gonna retreat back to safety and stay in the base. Slark actually picked his Shadow Blade like I think 10 minutes ago and didn't get anything else. Of course he was the sacrificial lamb in every team fight, going down first. But the Sniper is really starting to work quite some damage with that Mjolnir attack speed with a big range. It's really hard to find him out, especially with the Tidehunter. You want to jump in and Ravage, but Sniper is just standing so far away that it's really hard to get a hold on him, I think.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was the last outer tower for ForLove, so now it's all about staying in base and trying to fight this. I think the Sniper is a little bit too far up front. If the Tide decides to jump in and Ravage, and if they get the Sniper out in time, I think the major damage output of ForLove.Int here is gone.
Yeah, I do agree with you, and I think MaxFlo do realise that, and they're going to use the Puck to jump onto him first.
And Roshan is going to respawn in 1 minute. Actually, they were scouting with the courier if Roshan is back alive. I think if ForLove.Int wants to make a pick off here, they can basically pick any hero, but just not the Weaver. The Weaver is way too tanky with 2,600 HP and the time lapse, of course. I think there's no long enough stun to actually lock him down for 2,600 HP to work down.
No, definitely not. Especially, they can't work him down, they can't work down a 2,400 up onto the Bloodseeker with over 30 armor as well.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker might be a little bit easier, even though he has like so much armor. He doesn't have that time lapse, so he doesn't have effective 5,000 HP like the Weaver. And actually we just see ForLove.Int moving as a unit to all the lanes, like we've seen them go middle.
Let's see if they can catch out the Bloodseeker. He's going to take the Ice Blast. Probably will get lassoed as well. Actually no, he wants to lasso the Puck, but just too far away.
And that's what I meant with they can pick off the Bloodseeker, but I don't think they can pick off the Weaver. Even though with the lasso, he has a Linkage up, he has a heart up. How are you gonna stun him through all what this Weaver can do with time lapse and everything?
RNG. Come on, Sniper, you can do it.
Right, every hit a Mjolnir proc. And he's getting a BKB, I think. And that's actually a good choice, because that puck with the Dagon is gonna be a major threat. And this Weaver is just split pushing the A now, and there's not much this Rubik can do about it.
Regeneration!
And he used the lift against the Lincolns. I think there's gonna be a free secured Roshan. Weaver, by the way, is still not having any boots. Let's check the goal graph. Okay, we had that little bit of a bump here when the team fight went into MaxFlo's into ForLove in favor, but now we're sitting at well over 25,000 gold lead.
Does anyone want to pick up the Aegis? Or are they just going to guard it for the Bloodseeker?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think they know that the Weaver is much more survivable without it. And having the Bloodseeker with 2 lives is so much better as how he runs around in that fight when everyone is low.
Yeah, he's gonna be a race car if there's Ravage puck combo. There will be some low HP heroes, and he's gonna walk really fast. Batrider also going for a BKB, but he's quite far away from it.
Sam's gonna have him. He has his right number if he chooses to buy it, and I have to think. And he needs to make the choice: buyback or BKB.
Yeah, that's
bad. They're able to pick up the Batrider. That's really unfortunate there for ForLove.
Yeah, they need to turtle this as long as they need to for the Batrider to come back. He does not have a buyback right now available, and he's not gonna get one, even though even if ForLove would push a tower, Batrider still had no buyback because he bought that Ogre Club, of course. Vengeful also sitting on 2,100 gold. I think she's gonna get a dagger soon. BKB is can be up soon. How much do you need for a buyback Sniper? 1,300. So if you buy that, yeah, if he buys BKB now, he does not have a buyback. That's all unreliable gold.
Yeah, so it's. I think he does want to buy it, but I think he wants to just farm up a little bit more for it.
And actually, they're gonna try to fight that tight here. And if that Sniper gets too close, of course he knows he needs to run away from that Ravage, because and he actually gets Ravage, but Sniper is still gonna get the kill on the Tide Hunter. But that Weaver is really just raping through the supports right now. There is no competition for that Weaver. They actually grabbed the Venge to not.
The Weaver's actually based on the Sniper. Sniper will back straight into the fight. He actually had money for the BKB as well. He's going to get Assassinate off onto the puck, but that is phase shifted as well. Going to get slowed up a bit by the shrapnel, but he's able to walk out of that just fine.
And the Ravage, even though the Sniper moved really well and went back a little bit to you know, avoid the Ravage level 3 is of course having a big range and fast travel time, so definitely Sniper tried the best to get out of it, and still didn't manage to get out of it. So Zulu had a nice attempt there, didn't really work out, and at the end of it he fell pretty fast. And we have a 30k gold lead now for MaxFlo. Quite massive lead.
Yeah, something quite tidy for them to have.
It's interesting, we are 37 minutes into this game, we have 30k gold lead on MaxFlo, and the base is now starting to being sieged. So ForLove.Int really holding out as long as they can, but now it's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah, they're really starting to hit. I think they're starting to hit the point of no return.
Yeah, I think MaxFlo is just so far ahead at this point that it's gonna be a really tough task for ForLove.Int to come back into this game. And if they come back into this game, this is one of the biggest miracles I've seen so far.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Slark is sitting on the same items for 20 minutes now. Of course, he's always that sacrificial lamp, engaging on the Tide Hunter, trying to get him down and make that Ravage not as dangerous as it is if this Tide, of course, is left out of the equation. And Sniper bought back, of course, but there's still the Aegis up on that Bloodseeker. And actually the Venge is quite low. Sniper has to be really careful. Rupture is up again.
He deals a lot of damage to these heroes.
Especially with a chilling touch.
It actually forces the time lapse coming out of the Weaver.
Yeah, but still the melee Rex is down, so that's pretty nice for MaxFlo. We have the BKB up on Sniper now. Of course, he didn't have it prior to that team fight. Puck dewarding a ward that was up for 2 more seconds.
You'll get that value 50 gold.
Yes, everything that feeds into that gold lead. Venge is sitting on 3,100 gold, so she's gonna pick up an item eventually. I think it's gonna be a dagger. And Bloodseeker's going for the Manta. Oh, he's hitting hard, man. AA has a Ghost Scepter, so he's gonna live through Bloodseeker and Weaver, but he's not gonna live through the Puck and the Venge, I think.
Yeah, with that Ghost Scepter, if you get hit by that dagger, it does so much damage.
I hope we see some more items on this Sniper and especially on the Slug. Interestingly, the Slug is also going for a BKB now. And Venge actually decides to go for the Tranquil Boots and the later stage Ganims. And the Ganims on Venge can be really annoying for ForLove.
Yeah, always get those swaps out. It's really difficult to deal with.
Yeah, right now we have MaxFlo pushing the lanes out, of course. Again, they always want to keep the lanes over the river so they can do whatever they like. And if Roshan respawns, they have a free Roshan. There's not much. There's no tower ForLove could TP on, and you know, if the tier 1 mid would be available, they could TP and just walk really fast. But with no outer tower up, they had to walk all this way. And with the AC up, with the Desolator, if they realize Roshan is gonna happen, I think it's gonna fall too fast, especially with the Daedalus up soon on the Weaver.
Yeah, that's going to do. I do like the no boots build.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a lot in the past, or I've seen it quite a lot. So the argumentation is, okay, I have a skill that gives me max movement speed. Why do I need boots, right?
Yeah, and those boots gets another inventory spot.
Yeah. Actually, Admiral Bullock played Furion yesterday in the game against Cloud9, and he was 8 slotted. He used the courier with Necro books on it and stuff. That was actually quite fun.
Oh wow.
But that game was, I think, 80 minutes long. I'm not too sure. It was a really great game. You should watch the VOD. But coming back to this game here, right now, all of the Radiance heroes are nowhere near being 4 slotted so far. So. Not taking that into consideration. Even the Sniper is basically 3 slotted with the boots, BKB, Mjolnir. I don't count Midas as a core item for the later stages of the game.
No, definitely.
But Sniper is actually quite keeping up with the farm on the Bloodseeker. He caught up with creep kills, so he's really trying hard to get back into this game. But of course the Slug is not that much farmed. He's always running into the teamfight, trying to disable that Tide, sacrificing himself for it, trying to bring that Tide Hunter down. And he's not really farming, he's giving all the creeps to Sniper. They know the Sniper is their big source of damage, and they need to get everything they can on top of that Sniper. So, nice decision there by Arya, their captain, of course, to give Sniper all what they need. But with the Daedalus up on Weaver, he's so tanky and he's gonna deal so much damage, it's gonna be really hard to fight that. Even though the Sniper can stand so far away, I think with that maximum mobility, Weaver could basically just walk into the base and, you know, hit the Sniper. Even if there is lasso, even if there is lift and chilling touch and whatnot, I think the Weaver is not gonna die that easily.
I think what really needs to happen is they need to get the pounce onto the Weaver, because it will sort of just lock him down, obviously, for 3.5 seconds. He'll have to attack the Slark, which I think will give time for the Sniper just to sort of rain havoc down on the other 4 heroes.
The problem, though, is if the Slark does not what he does so far. He's always jumping on that tide, trying to disable the dagger as long as possible, and it's actually the right choice, because that Ravage is gonna really be painful before all of the Radiant has BKBs up, and then we see the Hex on Puck. That's gonna be, of course, a really big deal. If he blinks in and catches that sniper right before the BKB pops, that's gonna be really painful. And I think the Slug needs to do what he did so far. He's always gonna jump the tide, and he's always gonna try to delay that Ravage, and maybe even give the sniper the opportunity to deal a big chunk of damage onto that tide. But the Tide Hunter picked up a Shiva, so he's certainly tanky now with that armor up against that sniper. Sniper sitting on 3,000 gold. What do you think? Do we see Butterfly against Bloodseeker and Weaver? I mean, Weaver is somewhat 6-slotted, right? But he has an MKB, so do you think? What do you think is Sniper gonna get for next item?
See, I just think it's so difficult. I mean, I would go along with you. I would say Butterfly would be really helpful, obviously, be able to evade some of those shots.
Well, Weaver has MKB up, right?
Yeah, she does, hasn't he?
It's really a tough call. Oh, actually,
he uses the 4-star first to try and see if he can disable him. The timeout has already been used. The Cycle's going to a big Ravage coming out of the Tide Hunter. The Anchor Smash is only stolen by the Rubik. And the Bloodseeker's already taken down 3 heroes. When did that even happen? The Ancient Apparition is going to be picked up by the Weaver. The Sniper's still alive in this fight, obviously, but look at the crit, the 930 crit.
And Bloodseekers,
they're diving into the base. Bloodseeker actually got the kill to that, so got some of his health back, and that's a triple and an ultra kill.
Yeah, and Sniper bought back to this, so I think there's no coming back at this point. We're still sitting at a 40k gold advantage, and I think this is just way too much to handle for ForLove.Int. But really props to them for holding out so long. Really, well done actually by both of these teams. Both of these teams really showed a great show, and I did enjoy the game, even though it was dragged out a little bit and there was some downtime in between. But I think both of these teams really played up to their minds.
Yeah, really good play coming out of both of these teams. On this stream, we're actually gonna have a small break for a little while. But you can tune in over on the VicaraGaming 1 channel, where the cast of Voodoo is actually taking the 4FC PSL game right now, which is just, I think they're just into the hero ban and pick phase right now. So if you want to head over there and tune in there, we will be back later, hopefully for 4FC going up against Rise Gaming. But for now, obviously enjoy the rest of the games. If you want during downtime, obviously enjoy ESL 1. But well,
see you later.